ministry this year has designated as the theme for stewardship, "Let us be the light." Elaine and I were talking about that theme the other day and realized that, well, St. Augustine's doesn't necessarily have large parish programs. We are, in fact, the seedbed for people who are members who are out in the community doing all kinds of ministry. So we decided we wanted to share some of that with you. First of all, Elaine, I understand that you and Fred have been here at St. Augustine's for 50 years.
50 years this year was our 50th anniversary on Whidbey Island. We came here in 1970.
Wow.
Yeah.
What keeps you at St. Augustine's for 50 years?
Well, we love the people. We've always been engaged, fully engaged, and felt like we had a place here. I feel like I grew up here into adulthood because I was, I think, 26 or 27 when we moved here. And I hadn't been here long before Father Bill asked me to be senior warden. I truly did grow up here because I was still kind of untried before we moved here. And the people are, I have so many friends here. And in fact, my social life, what I have of it these days, is here.
I know over the last 50 years you've seen a lot of people do a lot of ministry on South Whidbey Island. Could you maybe talk a little bit about some of those people and some of those ministries?
One that comes to mind is Ethel Waters. I don't know how many people remember her, but she was the original person that started the Sheba unit here. She had been involved with something like that in California when they lived there and saw the need for it. So through the senior center, she set the task before them and offered to work for them, and she led that organization for 21 years. Maybe it was even longer, but it was a long time. And I worked for Sheba for over 20 years myself because she got me into it the minute I retired from my full-time job. It was a great help to people who are going on Medicare or who don't understand the insurance business. And so it was a great value to many, many people. Jack Woods later followed in her footsteps and led that unit after Ethel retired. And of course, Gretchen Wood was the person that went around to all of us and gathered up things for St. Mary's, what was the name of that, at the market?
Not Holiday Market.
No, it was
Mary's Place.
Mary's Place. And she kept that going for years. I don't know if it still exists.
I think people at St. Augustine's were kind of in the very beginning of Good Cheer as well, and Helping Hands.
Father Bill comes to mind, Judy Yackel. Tommy Double was the one that started Good Cheer along with Father Bill and others. And in addition to that, Help House and Helping Hand. Help House no longer exists on South Whidbey, but it was a suicide call center. And Helping Hand came out of that, and it exists today, and it's a great benefit to all the churches on South Whidbey, because when there is a need and some people walk in or phone and need help, they can be sent to Helping Hand where they receive counsel. help me here. There are so many.
How about the turkeys?
Oh,
And-
that. Yeah, the mobile turkey unit. Art. Oh gosh, I just lost his last name.
Uh,
Taylor.
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 Art Taylor took over from the original person whom I never did know myself. But he took over and ran that unit for some time until he retired a couple of years ago. Very successful. They served dinners on Thanksgiving to just about the whole island.
I know it's hard to remember and even to talk about all of the many people who've been involved in many ministries. What impresses me about them is that people from St. Augustine's got them started and then helped them grow in the island. And people who are not members are very involved in that
Yeah.
as well.
That's true.
Um,
And that's kind of how Time Together got started. It started with an evening dinner for 3 couples talking about how St. Augustine's can give to the community. And we had no children here at the time. Later we did, but we've never been very successful with young people except for a short time in when Joan Johnson's kids were small. But and my own too, for that matter. And we were talking about what we should be doing, and we decided amongst ourselves that worrying about having children isn't what we should be so concerned about. We should be serving the people we had, and the people we had were all older. So that's when we dreamed up the idea of adult daycare. And Time Together didn't happen right away. It took several years of meetings and research and going and looking at programs. And as it happened, there were a group of people from Langley Methodist Church that were interested in the same topic, and we gathered them into our group. And I was working, so I didn't have a lot to do with it, but the others took that ball and ran with it.
So many of those ministries continue to exist today. Time Together and Good Cheer and Helping Hands and even the mobile turkey unit, I think, is still going, and many more. What would you say to the parishioners of St. Augustine's as they think about their 2021 pledge to this congregation?
Well, we need not only your pledge, but we need your pledge. We need your involvement, and we need your ideas. We need your creativity. But if we're going to be the light, we need you. And what the vestry is taking on this year is an effort to be the light. And together we can be the light.
Thank you. That was so well said.
Thank you.